in interesting times. Today's stories. Migrants cross a river into Mexico to chase the American dream. Honduran and Guatemalan presidents address the migrant crisis.
Aprovechando para violentar las fronteras, la buena fe.
Referring to migrants, President Trump says Democrats want caravans.
I wonder who started that caravan.
Trump warns against scrapping the Saudi arms deal.
Has not, unfortunately, honored the agreement, so we're going to terminate the agreement.
An expert says the U.S. midterm election is a referendum on Trump.
Mr. Trump was never the blame for anything. He'll never accept any responsibility.
Plus, the Iglesia ni Cristo and the FYM Foundation helped tornado victims in Dunrobin and Kinburn in Ontario. Hello everyone, I am Ace Ramirez, bringing you stories from around the globe, and this is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Saying the border barrier won't stop them from reaching their American dream, dozens of migrants crossed the Suchiate River into Mexican territory after being blocked for over a day on the Guatemala-Mexico border bridge. Mexican authorities allowed dozens of women and children from a U.S.-bound Honduran migrant caravan to enter the country Saturday, but thousands remain stranded on a border bridge between Guatemala and Mexico where riot police bar their progress. Mexico's ambassador to Guatemala, Luis Manuel Lopez, said the women and children would be processed by immigration authorities and taken to a shelter in the city of Tapachula, 25 miles away. Hundreds of others, tired of waiting on the bridge, resorted to crossing the Suchiate River below on makeshift rafts, and police did not intervene as they clambered up the muddy riverbank on the Mexican side. Many of them had spent more than 24 hours on the packed bridge, where heat and hunger was adding to a growing sense of despair.
Ese portuno nos va a impedir nuestro sueño hasta un sueño americano, ¿va? Pero primeramente Dios, y a los que nos estén viendo, que nos echen su bendición y que nos echen suerte, primeramente Dios, que pasemos.
Ya tenemos necesidad de estar en el otro lado. Ya muchos sufrimos allá. Tuvimos que cruzar nadando.
Porque es mejor usar un permiso legal y así andar con la frente en alto y no andar de escondida, que a veces puede llegar hasta la muerte.
Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez and his Guatemalan counterpart Jimmy Morales discussed the migrant crisis, with Hernandez deploring the abuse of people's needs for political reasons, and Morales saying the caravan is putting at risk the most important thing: people.
Quiero lamentar profundamente el abuso de la necesidad de las personas. Yo considero que todo tiene un límite y no es posible que por razones políticas se utilice la desgracia del ser humano para sacarle provecho. Están aprovechando para violentar las fronteras, la buena fe de los estados y por supuesto poner en riesgo lo más importante, a las personas.
President Donald Trump addresses the caravan of thousands of Honduran migrants trying to reach the United States, saying at a rally in Nevada that the Democrats want and like caravans. Speaking at a rally in Elko, Nevada, he kept up his rhetoric against the migrants and suggested the caravan was politically motivated.
The Democrats
want caravans. They like the caravans. A lot of people say, I wonder who started that caravan. And I want to thank Mexico. Mexico has been so incredible. Thank you, Mexico, and the leaders of Mexico. Thank you. And you know why? Because now Mexico respects the leadership of the United States. They haven't done. They now respect our leadership. Thank you, Mexico. Great. We appreciate it. We do.
He thanked Mexico for blocking the caravan's progress, saying, and I quote, "Mexico has been so incredible because now Mexico respects the leadership of the United States." Last week, Trump threatened to cut aid to the region, deploy the military, and close the U.S.-Mexican border if authorities did not stop them. Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez and his Guatemalan counterpart Jimmy Morales continued Trump's theme after they met in Guatemala to discuss the crisis Saturday. The caravan originated in the Honduran town of San Pedro Sula a week ago, with about 2,000 would-be migrants drawn together by social media. It is notably different from the migrant vacruses organized in April every year by NGOs to draw attention to the plight of Central American migrants. Coming up, Trump warns against scrapping the Saudi arms deal. An expert says the U.S. midterm election is a referendum on Trump.
Did you know Philadelphia is known for many of U.S. firsts, including the first zoo, the first library, the first hospital, the first stock exchange, and also served as the first U.S. capital? Did you know the word Philadelphia was derived from ancient Greek, meaning brotherly love? That is why it is called the city of brotherly love. And speaking of brotherly love, did you know that will be the place for the Aid for Humanity, which will take place on October 27, 2018. Tune in to EBC for a special coverage of the Aid for Humanity. I am Malice Imbulan and I am one with 25.
Orange County, California is a Republican stronghold in the heart of a largely Democratic state. For the first time, this affluent region could flip in the midterm elections and give 7 of the 23 seats the Democrats need to tip the House of Representatives. An election that suddenly becomes a referendum on Trump, says an expert in California politics.
This is a referendum on Trump. I think at all these candidacies, and that's why the challenge is doing so well. Trump is it. It is the issue. And the candidates either are running from Trump or they're trying to paint their incumbents as Trump supporter. It's turning purple on its way to blue. Demographics. Older white guys like me are dying or leaving and retiring, and they're being replaced by Hispanics and Asians and much more tolerant younger people. On gun control, on climate change, man-made climate change, on DACA, on all these issues, on rent control, on government involvement with homeless and housing. Majorities of the Orange County people are supportive of the Democratic position. That Mr. Trump was never the blame for anything. He'll never accept any responsibility. He'll blame it on somebody, but never him. I've never heard him say, nor will you ever hear him say, I'm at fault. That was.
When we come back, the Iglesia Ni Cristo and the FYM Foundation help tornado victims in Dunrobin and Kinburn in Ontario, Canada. Eagle News, Washington, D.C. will return shortly.
Did you know Philadelphia is known for many of U.S. firsts, including the first zoo, the first library, the first hospital, the first stock exchange, and also served as the first U.S. capital? Did you know the word Philadelphia was derived from ancient Greek, meaning brotherly love? That is why it is called the city of brotherly love. And speaking of brotherly love, did you know that will be the place for the Aid for Humanity, which will take place on October 27, 2018. Tune in to EBC for a special coverage of the Aid for Humanity. I am Alice Imbulan and I am one with 25.
This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. I am Ace Ramirez. The Aid for Humanity in Canada continues. The Iglesia Ni Cristo and the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation continue to reach out to victims of the recent tornado that devastated parts of Ontario in Canada. Eagle News correspondent Andre Lahoy takes us to Dunrobin and Kinburn, where aid efforts continue. Let's take a look.
Skilled and trained tradespeople have come to help repair the damage caused by the tornado.
Thank you, Andre. That is today's Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Join us tomorrow for stories that matter to you. Visit our websites at eaglenews.ph and eaglenewslive.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenewsph. Thank you for watching. I'm Ace Ramirez. I'm one with 25.
Did you know Philadelphia is known for many of its firsts, including the first zoo, the first library, the first hospital, the first stock exchange, and also served as the first U.S. capital? Did you know the word Philadelphia was derived from ancient Greek, meaning brotherly love? That is why it is called the city of brotherly love. And speaking of brotherly love, did you know that will be the place for the Aid for Humanity, which will take place on October 27, 2018. Tune in to EBC for a special coverage of the Aid for Humanity. I am Alice Imbulan and I am one with 25.